I wake up to the sound of someone humming. It's low, tuneless, drifting through the early morning quiet like something half-remembered from a dream. For a moment, the sound comforts me, a gentle vibration that feels familiar in my bones, but familiarity has become a cruel trick. My memory is an untrustworthy narrator, offering sensations without context, feelings without origins. When I open my eyes, the ceiling stares back like a blank sheet of paper. I don't know where I am. Panic rises fast, sharp, cold, urgent. My heart kicks into a sprint, and before I even realize it, I've sat upright, scanning the room. It's tidy. Warm. Soft blankets. The faint smell of lavender on the pillow. A framed picture beside the bed, though I don't dare look too closely yet. Not before I prepare myself. A woman is in that picture, smiling in a way that feels too perfect to be mine. She looks happy, genuinely happy, with a man next to her, his arm wrapped around her shoulder like it belongs there. I don't know either of them. I swing my legs out of bed, the floor cool under my feet. My body feels unfamiliar, like I'm inhabiting someone else's life, someone else's skin, someone else's memories. Or no memories, really. That's the curse. That's what they told me the last time. Ellie, it's okay. It's the condition. You're safe. Safe. As if saying it makes it true. The humming grows louder. It's coming from the kitchen. Every instinct in me screams not to go. But my body moves anyway, pulled by a fragile thread of curiosity, or maybe dread. The hallway walls are lined with photos, a little girl with curly hair, a man with kind eyes, the woman who's supposed to be me. Their faces blur in my vision, because recognizing them should come naturally, and the absence of recognition hurts more than fear. I grip the doorframe as I step into the kitchen. There's a man standing at the stove. Tall. Broad shoulders. Wearing a faded gray t-shirt that clings to him like he's worn it for years. His hair is slightly messy, the way someone looks after waking up early and not bothering to comb it. His back is to me. When he speaks, his voice is warm. Too warm. Morning, Ellie. I made your favorite. My lungs freeze. He turns around, spatula in hand, smiling like he just spoke the most normal sentence in the world. The kind of smile someone reserves for someone they love deeply. I have never seen this man before in my life. I try to keep my voice steady. Who are you? His smile falters, but only slightly. A practiced softness replaces it. Honey, it's me. Aaron. The name means nothing. He steps closer, slow, cautious, the way someone approaches a frightened animal. I back up instinctively. His eyes flicker with something I can't read. Ellie, he says gently, you're having a reset. It's okay. Breathe. Just breathe, sweetheart. Sweetheart. My skin crawls. He reaches toward me, as if touching me will ground me. I jerk away, nearly stumbling into the counter. The drawers rattle with the impact, and his face tightens, not with anger, but with grief. Deep, exhausted grief, like he's lived this moment hundreds of times. Maybe he has. I swallow hard. Don't come closer. Please. For a moment, his chest rises with a quiet breath, the kind people take when they're fighting tears. Then he slowly sets the spatula down. Okay, he whispers. I won't. Just, let me talk to you. There's a framed drawing stuck on the fridge with a magnet shaped like a smiling sun. Childish handwriting spells out. I love you, Mommy, Lily, love. Mommy. The word is a knife. You have a daughter, Aaron says softly, following my gaze. Her name is Lily. She's still asleep. I didn't want to wake her before you were ready. Ready. As if I could ever be ready for a life that isn't mine. My throat tightens. Why can't I remember? His jaw clenches. Your condition. The doctors said the resets might get more frequent. But you always come back to us, Ellie. Always. The warmth in his voice trembles, equal parts hope and desperation. You love us, he whispers. The humming returns. But this time, it's not coming from him. It's coming from the hallway behind me. A soft, tuneless hum, like a little girl trying to mimic a lullaby. I turn slowly. A small shadow stands halfway down the hall, just beyond the edge of the light. Too still. Too silent. And though I can't see her face, something deep inside me knows. She's not humming for comfort. She's humming because she knows I don't remember her. And she's waiting to see if this time I will. The humming stops the moment I turn toward her. The figure, small, motionless, stands just far enough down the hallway that her features blend with the shadows. The morning light from the kitchen doesn't quite reach her. It frames her instead, outlining her like a cutout pasted onto a darker background. Erin's voice becomes a low whisper behind me. Ellie, it's just Lily. Don't be scared. Just Lily. But fear coils around my ribs anyway. Because something in that stillness isn't right. Children move. They sway, fidget, scratch, blink, something. But she stands like a statue carved out of silence. Lily? I manage, my voice cracking in the middle of her name. She doesn't answer. I take a hesitant step toward her. The shadows don't shift. Her form doesn't change. But something in the air does, like the walls themselves are holding a breath. Erin touches my shoulder lightly, and I jump. I told her not to come out yet, he murmurs. Sometimes you get overwhelmed. She knows. She understands more than you think. Does she? Because the way she stands there, just watching me, it doesn't feel like understanding. It feels like anticipation. Lily? I say again, softer this time. Finally, her head tilts. Just a fraction. But the movement is too slow, too deliberate, like she's testing out how a neck should move. A soft giggle slips through the hallway. It's faint, muffled, yet it feels like cold breath on my spine. Erin sighs. Sweetheart, come on. Don't scare Mommy. Not today. Mommy. He keeps using that word like it's supposed to anchor me. But instead, each time he says it, a sharp pain flickers behind my eyes, like someone tapping a chisel against the bone from the inside. The girl shifts one step forward. I see her more clearly now. Curly hair. A small nightgown with stars on it. Bare feet. But her face. I can't see her face. Not because it's hidden. Not because of the shadows. Because every time I try to focus on it, my mind slips. Like a hand skidding off wet glass. My vision doesn't blur, my memory does. I'm looking at a child I'm supposed to know, yet the familiarity won't click into place. It feels wrong. Like someone rearranged my memories during the night and put hers in the wrong drawer. Erin's hand tightens slightly on my shoulder. Ellie, talk to her. You usually remember more once she comes closer. Usually. Reset. Again. Always. The words echo. They say them gently, as if the softness makes the horror less sharp. Lily, I whisper. Do you remember me? She nods. A small, precise motion. But her voice, when it finally comes, sounds too mature. Too steady. I remember you, Mommy. A chill races up my spine. Something involuntary escapes my throat, half gasp, half sob. Erin steps past me and crouches in front of her. See? It's fine. Come here, sweetheart. She takes one more step, but stops before she reaches him. Her attention stays locked on me. Are you scared of me? She asks. I don't know how to answer. My mouth opens, closes. Because the truth. Yes. Yes, I am. I'm confused, I say instead. Something about that answer pleases her. I hear it in her soft inhale, the tiny lift at the corners of her unseen mouth. You always are, she murmurs. Erin shoots her a look, concerned, almost warning, but she doesn't take her eyes off me. You forget me, she continues, voice still too calm. But I don't forget you. My heartbeat quickens. The hallway feels longer now, stretching out like a tunnel between us. Lily, Erin says sharply, that's enough. But the girl doesn't respond to his tone. Her chin lifts. Last night, she says, you held my hand before you fell asleep. You told me you'd remember me in the morning. A stabbing pain explodes behind my forehead. Something flashes, too quick, too bright, like a camera flash going off inside my skull. Darkness. Whispering. A small hand gripping mine too tightly. A lullaby hummed off-key. I stagger back, pressing my palm against my forehead. Erin reaches for me. But before he touches me, Lily whispers. You promised you wouldn't forget again. Her voice cracks on that last word. Not with sadness. With frustration. With betrayal. And suddenly she charges at me. A blur of small limbs and star-patterned fabric. Not running like a child, but lunging, as if she's done it before. As if she knows exactly how fast she needs to be before Erin can stop her. I gasp and stumble backward into the wall. Erin shouts her name. But when she reaches me, she doesn't hit. Doesn't scratch. Doesn't scream. She presses her forehead against my stomach and wraps her arms around me. A hug. A too tight hug. Her breath trembles against my skin. Please remember, she whispers. Please. 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 And the way she clings to me isn't affection. It's desperation. Possession. A need that feels older than she is. A need that terrifies me more than forgetting ever could. Lily clings to me with a grip far too tight for a child her size. Her small arms are locked around my waist, her forehead pressed into my stomach, trembling. But the trembling isn't fear, it's something sharper. Expectation. Longing. And beneath it all, a silent command. Remember me. Erin rushes forward and tries to gently pry her off, whispering her name like a warning. It takes 2 attempts. The girl's hands cling to the fabric of my shirt until the very last moment, fingertips dragging across me as if she's trying to take a piece of me with her. When she finally lets go, she stands silently beside Erin, her head bowed, curls falling like shadows around her face. I still can't see her eyes. My breath comes fast and uneven. I shouldn't be afraid of a child. But fear doesn't play by rules. It sinks into the cracks. Ellie, Erin says softly, are you okay? No. But I nod anyway. He guides Lily back into the hallway, murmuring something too low for me to hear. Her shoulders droop. She looks like a scolded child, yet something in her posture feels off, like she's performing the role she knows is expected of her. When Erin returns, his face is pale, drawn. He moves with weary familiarity, as if every step in moments like this is a step he's memorized. Come sit, he says gently. You need a moment. I let him guide me to the couch. The cushions dip as I sink into them, my body trembling like it's not entirely mine. Ellie, he says carefully, you don't remember anything at all. Not even a little flicker. Flickers. Yes. Images that don't connect, like puzzle pieces from different boxes forced into one frame. A tiny hand gripping mine. Whispered words in the dark. A shadow that watches. A lullaby hummed off-key. I swallow. Nothing makes sense. A breath escapes him, relief mixed with sorrow, or maybe acceptance. It's okay. We'll take it slow. We always do. Always. Again. Reset. That word echoes like a curse. How long? I ask. How long has this been happening? He hesitates. And that hesitation chills me more than any answer. A while, he finally says. The doctors said your memory resets in cycles. Sometimes days. Sometimes weeks. But we always help you piece things back together. We. Meaning him. Meaning the child who hugged me like I'm the one drifting away. Meaning the life I don't remember living. He reaches for my hand cautiously, waiting for me to pull away. I don't. Not because it feels right, but because I'm too tired to react. His hand is warm. Familiar, maybe. Or maybe I want it to be. Do you remember me even a little? He asks. I shake my head. His jaw tightens. A single tear gathers at the corner of his eye before he blinks it away quickly, as if he doesn't want me to see. But I saw it. The grief. The exhaustion. The weight. I'm your husband, Ellie, he says softly. The word should mean something. Should trigger a rush of familiarity or comfort. Nothing. Just a hollow space where recognition should be. He gives me a small, aching smile. Don't worry. I'll help you remember. Like always. He stands to get me a glass of water. I hear the faucet run, the clink of glass against porcelain. Normal sounds in a normal life. But normal feels like a costume I'm wearing wrong. The flicker returns. A sudden flash, so fast, so jarring I gasp. Darkened bedroom. Someone standing over me. Breathing too close. A whisper, don't forget me this time. I press a hand to my forehead. Aaron immediately rushes back. Ellie? What is it? I saw something, I whisper. I don't know if it was a memory or something else. Aaron sits beside me again, placing the water on the coffee table. Tell me. I saw someone, I say slowly. Over my bed. Watching me. His expression stays calm, but his eyes shift. Just barely. You probably dreamed that during the reset. It happens, Ellie. You mix dreams with memories. Dreams. Yes. That would be comforting. But I know the difference between a dream and a presence. And that presence wasn't warm. It wasn't affectionate. It felt hungry. Before I can say anything else, soft footsteps approach from the hallway. I turn. Lily stands there again. Silent. Watching. Her face tilted upward just enough for me to see the bottom half of her features. Her mouth lifts into a small, knowing smile. It's not cruel. It's worse. It's patient. Mommy, she whispers. Did you remember yet? My blood runs cold. Because in that moment, just for a second, I do remember something. Not a full scene. Not a clear memory. Just a feeling. Cold hands. Small hands. Wrapping around mine in the dark. Holding too tight. Pulling. And a voice, soft and hopeful. If you forget, I'll make you remember. I stare at her, unable to move. Lily's smile widens slightly, like she knows exactly what just surfaced. And like she's waiting for the rest to come back. Lily's smile stays fixed, small, soft, and wrong. Aaron doesn't notice. He stands and gestures gently toward her. Sweetheart, give mommy a little space. She's still waking up. But Lily doesn't move. Her bare feet sink slightly into the carpet, and her fingers curl around the edge of her nightgown like she's grounding herself. Not with shyness. With restraint. As if she's holding herself back from something. "Mommy remembered something," she says. Her voice is light, almost sing-song, but underneath it is an edge, too sharp for a child her age. Aaron tenses. "Lily," he warns. She doesn't look at him. She only watches me. "What did you remember?" she asks quietly. I can't answer. My throat feels sealed shut. The flicker I felt, a cold presence, watching me as I slept, it lingers at the edges of my mind like frost creeping across glass. Aaron steps between us. "That's enough. Go to your room." The girl blinks slowly. And then, without argument, she turns and walks away. But before she disappears down the hallway, she gives me one last look over her shoulder. Her smile is gone. Her eyes, finally visible, are wide and unreadable. And for a split second, I swear they glint with disappointment. Then she slips into her room, closing the door without a sound. The silence she leaves behind feels heavier than her presence. Aaron sighs deeply and runs a hand through his hair. She's been sensitive lately. Every reset hits her hard. Does she always? I swallow, searching for words. Act like that? He hesitates. And there it is again, that pause before the truth he doesn't want to deliver. "She's scared of losing you," he says eventually. "She's only 7, Ellie." Watching her mother forget her over and over, it does something to a kid. His voice cracks. And guilt slices through me, even though I don't fully understand why. He leans forward, elbows on his knees, rubbing his face with both hands. "I'm trying. God, I'm trying so hard to keep things normal." Normal. Nothing about this feels normal. I stand, needing space. The living room seems too tight, the walls too close. The air feels thick with things unsaid, memories hiding in the corners like shadows that don't belong. Aaron watches me carefully. "Do you want to see the memory book?" My chest tightens. "Memory book? You made it. After your 4th reset." 4th. The number crushes the air from my lungs. "You said writing things down might help you feel grounded," he continues softly. "It's in the bedroom. I can get." "I'll get it," I whisper. The walk down the hallway feels longer this time. Each step echoes in my ears. The family photos on the wall no longer seem like strangers, they seem like actors holding still for a play I've forgotten the script to. When I reach the bedroom, the morning light filters through half-open curtains. Dust floats in the air like drifting ash. I find the memory book on the nightstand. A thick journal with a worn leather cover. There are scratches on the front, long, thin, almost frantic, as if someone dragged something sharp across it. My hand shakes as I open it. The first page holds a simple sentence in my handwriting. "My name is Ellie." The next page. "I have a husband named Aaron and a daughter named Lily." Basic facts. Straight lines. No warmth. But page after page, the handwriting changes. The early entries are neat, careful. Later ones grow messy, hurried. Some are crossed out entirely. Others are written in shaky lines as if my hand couldn't keep up with my panic. Halfway through the book, a sentence leaps out at me. "There is someone else in the house." My breath catches. Another entry, more frantic. "I hear someone breathing beside the bed at night." Then. Aaron says it's a dream. But dreams don't hold your hand. My stomach turns. Because last night. The flicker. That cold presence. It wasn't a dream. I flipped faster. A chilling scrawl tearing across the page. "If I forget again, check." Lily's room. My knees weaken. Why? Why would I write that? My pulse pounds in my ears as I turn to the next page. More scrawled words. Don't let her sing. A cold wave washes over me. Lily. Her humming in the hallway. That same tune I'd heard in the flicker of memory. That same song with no melody, no rhythm, just sound. I flip one more page. This one is nearly carved into the paper, the letters deep enough to tear the page. She remembers everything. The book slips from my shaking hands. Behind me. A soft creak. The door to the bedroom is slightly open now. But I swear. I closed it when I came in. Then. A tiny voice, right outside the door. Soft. Hopeful. Humming. The same lullaby. The same sound from the memory. And then, barely above a whisper. Mommy. Do you remember me now? The humming outside the door stops the instant I step toward it. Silence swells into the room, thick and suffocating. The memory book lies open on the floor, its pages trembling slightly from the draft, though I don't remember feeling any air move. My hand reaches for the door, but I pause. That humming. That broken lullaby. The same tune scratched into my memory like a claw mark. Why would I warn myself about Lily's room? The doorknob is cold when I grip it. Too cold. Like someone was holding it just seconds before. I pull the door open slowly. The hallway is empty. No small figure waiting. No curling shadow. No child humming a lullaby meant for something older than childhood. But the air feels disturbed, like the shape of a person still lingers in it. Ellie? Erin's voice calls from the living room, deep with concern and exhaustion. Are you okay? I open my mouth to answer, but what do I say? That our daughter is slipping into the hallways like a phantom? That pieces of my memory are surfacing like bloated corpses? That a child's voice is tied to something dark hiding in my head? I'm fine, I manage, the lie scraping my throat raw. His footsteps approach slowly, as if he's afraid to startle me. When he appears at the end of the hall, the tiredness in his eyes makes me ache. He looks like someone who hasn't slept in years. Did you find the memory book? I nod. I found a lot. He flinches just slightly. What did you read? Should I tell him? Should I confess the scrawled warnings, the frantic words, the sentences carved into paper like a scream frozen in ink? But something, instinct, fear, something primal, holds me back. Instead, I ask, what happens during my resets? He exhales slowly. Not relief. Not frustration. Something like defeat. You forget everything. Sometimes gradually, sometimes all at once. He rubs the back of his neck. Last time, you woke up screaming. You didn't recognize me or Lily. You didn't recognize your own house. His voice cracks. And before that, he swallows. You kept saying someone else was here. My heartbeat stutters. Who? I whisper. He shakes his head. You never described them. You just said they came at night. Sometimes you'd stand in the hallway for hours, shaking, pointing toward Lily's room. A cold pressure squeezes my chest. Lily's room. The place my past self warned me about. I need to see it, I say. Erin stiffens. Ellie, that's not. I need to. He closes his eyes. A long, shaky breath. Then he nods once. I'll go with you. We walk together down the hallway. The carpet muffles our steps, but each movement feels too loud, too sharp in the quiet house. My pulse thrums in my ears like a warning. Erin stops in front of the last door on the right. The door to Lily's room. The white paint is chipped near the doorknob, as if something scratched at it from the inside. A tiny hand. Or something else. You don't have to do this today, he whispers. But I do. Because something inside me, some echo of a woman I don't quite remember, left a warning in a journal she knew I'd read. Erin hesitates, then slowly pushes the door open. The room is dim, curtains pulled closed. Pink walls. Soft toys arranged neatly on shelves. A small bed with a star-patterned blanket. Everything looks normal. Too normal. Pristine. Untouched. Like a scene arranged for a visitor. Lily keeps it clean, Erin says, stepping inside. But the room feels wrong. My skin prickles. The air is colder here. Heavy. Holding its breath. I take a step toward the bed. A doll sits on the pillow. Pale face. Glass eyes. Its mouth is painted in a smile that feels older than the toy itself. I blink. For a split second, just a second, the doll's head seems angled differently than before. I step back. Erin notices. What's wrong? I open my mouth to speak. But a sound cuts me off. Soft. Fragile. From under the bed. Crying. A small, trembling sob. My blood turns to ice. Erin's face drains of color. Lily. But the sobbing continues, quiet, muffled, heart-wrenching. I crouch down before my fear can stop me. Shadows pool beneath the bed like a mouth swallowing light. At first, I see nothing. Then. A small hand appears. Tiny fingers curling weakly. A whisper follows, small and breaking. Mommy, it's dark. I can't get out. My breath stops. The hand reaches for me desperately. Mommy, please. I'm stuck. Erin stumbles backward, hitting the dresser. But she's not in here, she was in the living room, I just saw. The hand tightens around nothing, reaching farther. My heart slams painfully. If Lily is under the bed. Then who was standing in the hallway? Watching me. Smiling. Humming. The hand trembles. Another whisper. Mommy, help me, before she comes back. Before she comes back. Cold terror rips through me. Because the child under the bed sounds terrified. And the child in the hallway never sounded afraid. Not once. The tiny hand reaching out from beneath the bed is shaking. Frail. Cold. Desperate. Mommy, please. The voice is choked with fear, raw and real. A child's terror. Not anger. Not impatience. Not that practiced sweetness I've heard in the hallway. Erin is frozen, back pressed against the dresser, eyes wide and glassy. His breath comes in short, sharp bursts. Ellie, that's impossible. Lily was just, she was. But the girl's sobbing cuts him off. Don't leave me, she's coming back. She. I lean forward before I even realize I'm moving. Something maternal, something instinctive, flares inside me. Even if my memories are scattered, even if I don't remember this child, that cry is the cry of something vulnerable. Something needing me. My hand reaches toward her. Until another sound breaks the air. A soft creak. The floorboard just behind me. I whirl around. Lily stands in the doorway. Not sobbing. Not shaking. Not stuck beneath the bed. She stands perfectly still, hands at her sides, face calm, too calm. Her eyes meet mine, and a slow smile curls her lips. Mommy, she says softly, why are you on the floor? I can't breathe. Erin makes a strangled noise. Ellie, don't move. But I'm already paralyzed. Lily steps into the room with a grace that doesn't belong to a child. Not clumsy. Not shy. Smooth. Controlled. Her head tilts slightly. Are you looking for something? She asks. Under the bed, the sobbing grows louder, ragged with terror. Don't let her see me, Mommy, don't. My stomach twists. Two voices. Two lilies, or one lily and something else wearing her shape. The lily in front of me smiles wider. Too wide. You left the door open, she whispers. She likes when you do that. Aaron finally finds his voice, broken, trembling. Ellie, get away from her. But Lily laughs gently, a soft, breathy sound. Daddy, don't be silly. I'm right here. She takes one slow step toward me. The child under the bed whimpers. Mommy, please, pull me out, she hurts me. The words hit me like a knife. Who? I whisper. The child beneath the bed gasps, voice cracking. The one pretending to be me. The lily standing before me grins. The air in the room turns colder. Aaron grabs my arm harshly, panic overriding gentleness. Ellie, we need to go. Now. But Lily blocks the doorway, folding her hands behind her back like she's hiding something, or like she doesn't need her hands to stop us. You're forgetting your rules again, Mommy, she says sweetly. Remember? That's why you wrote them down. Rules. The memory book. I step back instinctively, and Lily's eyes follow the motion with unsettling sharpness. Under the bed, the real Lily, or the thing begging to be her, hiccups a sob. She'll take you again, the voice whimpers. She always does. You forget, and she resets you so you won't remember what she is. My heart twists painfully. Reset, I whisper. The lily in the doorway nods slowly, as if pleased. Yes, Mommy. You get confused sometimes. But affection helps, remember? You said that once. Her smile widens, the skin around her mouth stretching too smooth, too controlled. Mommy, she says softly, don't you love me? A tremor runs through my entire body. Aaron inches toward me, one hesitant step at a time. His voice shakes. Ellie, don't answer that. The child beneath the bed starts screaming, small, raw, desperate. Don't say yes. Mommy, don't. The lily in the doorway doesn't even flinch. She just watches me. Still. Silent. Smiling. Waiting. Like she already knows what I'll say. Like she knows the script better than I do. My throat goes dry. I can't breathe. I don't know you. For the first time, her smile falters. Just slightly. Then returns, calmer, colder. That's okay, she whispers. You'll remember soon. You always do. She takes another step forward. Aaron pulls me behind him instinctively, voice cracking. Stay back. She giggles. Not a child's giggle. Something hollow. Something rehearsed. Something mimicking delight without feeling it. It's almost time, she says, eyes shining with something that doesn't belong in a child's face. I can't wait for you to remember everything. Behind me, the child under the bed whimpers one last plea. Mommy, please run. But I can't. Not because I don't want to. But because something shifts in the room. A sound, low, almost inaudible. Breathing. Not from Lily. Not from the child under the bed. Not from Aaron. From the corner. From the shadows. From something tall. Watching. Waiting. And with a sinking horror that crushes the breath from my lungs. I realize it's been here the whole time. Ellie didn't remember falling asleep. She only remembered waking, a slow, dragging ascent out of a suffocating darkness, as if her mind had been submerged in ink. Her eyes fluttered open, aching, stinging, and the first thing she saw was the room. Not her bedroom. Not the guest room. Not even the memory clinic. This room had no windows, no clocks, no color. Just a dim yellow bulb hanging above her like a sickly, dying sun. For a moment, she thought she must be dreaming. But then she felt the cold under her feet, the stiffness in her joints, and the metallic taste in her mouth, a taste she now recognized as the aftermath of a reset. Her breath caught. Another reset. Another erase. Her chest tightened as panic crawled up her throat like a parasite. Where am I? Her voice barely existed. A thin whisper escaped her lips. Hello. The door on the far side of the room groaned open. A figure stepped inside. A man. Tall. Shoulders sagged forward as if he carried a lifetime of exhaustion. His hair was unwashed, his eyes red and swollen. He clutched something in his hand, a small paper booklet. Her heart hammered. She didn't know him. But he looked at her the way people look at the person they love most in the world. A smile, trembling but hopeful, formed on his lips. Ellie, he said softly. You're awake. She pressed herself back against the cold wall. I'm sorry. I don't know you. He nodded slowly. Pain flickered across his face, but it wasn't surprise. It wasn't even disappointment. It was resignation. I know, he whispered. He stepped toward her and handed her the booklet. She hesitated before taking it. The cover read. Memory Reset Number 198, Ellie Dawson. Her stomach dropped. She flipped open the booklet with shaking fingers. Inside were hundreds of entries. Handwritten notes. Dates. Descriptions. Episodes of panic, confusion, hallucinations, and fear. The last page was half filled. The writing began neatly but deteriorated into frantic scratches. The resets are becoming violent. Ellie sees something behind me that I can't see. She screams when she looks at our daughter. She says something else is wearing her face. Ellie dropped the booklet, heart detonating in her chest. What is this? She gasped. Who wrote that? The man swallowed, stepping closer. I did, he said. I'm your husband. The word hit like a blow. Husband. She waited for warmth, familiarity, anything. But all she felt was a cold, trembling void. If he saw the emptiness in her eyes, he didn't react. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a photograph. Her breath snagged. It was her. Him. And a little girl with curly hair holding their hands. She stared at the child. Something twisted in her gut, something primal and sickening. The resets, they're making you forget her more and more, he whispered. But you still remember something. You remember fear. Ellie shut her eyes. She remembered screaming at the little girl. Screaming because the child's smile had twisted, grown too wide, stretched inhumanly. Because its eyes had turned dark. Because something had whispered inside her mind. That is not your daughter. Tears spilled down Ellie's cheeks. Sometimes, he continued shakily, you tell me you see, her double. A shadow version. You say that every time your memory resets, she comes closer. Ellie's breath stuttered. Yes, she whispered. She's in the walls. The corners. I saw her last night. She watches me. His face drained of blood. That wasn't last night, he said. That was months ago. Her pulse thrashed in her ears. Months? He knelt in front of her, cupping her trembling hands. I brought you here because the doctors said we needed to start over. A controlled environment. A safe reset. But Ellie, it's getting worse. You're not just forgetting us. You're remembering something else. Something we can't see. She jerked her hands back. I don't want to remember. I want it to stop. He nodded, tears filling his eyes. I know. That's why this is the last one. Ellie froze. The last what? She whispered. He reached behind him. Ellie's heart stopped. He lifted a small, silver device with blinking lights, one she vaguely remembered strapped to her temples during her resets. This will wipe it all, he said. Every memory, good or bad. You'll wake up clean. Tabula rasa. Her whole body shuddered. No, she rasped. Please. Something is inside those memories. Hiding. If you erase them again, it'll take everything. It already has, he whispered. He stepped forward. Ellie tried to run. The bulb above her flickered violently. And then. The little girl appeared in the corner. But her face was wrong. Her smile was impossibly wide. Her head tilted too far. Her eyes, solid black. Mommy, the child whispered. Don't let him take me away again. Ellie screamed. Her husband spun around. But he saw nothing. He reached toward Ellie with the device. Ellie, please, trust me. The girl stepped closer. Don't forget me again, she hissed. Ellie pressed her hands to her skull. The world dissolved into shrieks, shadow, and flickering light. And then. Everything. Went. White.